Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Kevin from Hapayu Gardening, and today I'm going to show you how to start your own pumpkin patch. So I've been growing pumpkins on and off for a number of years, and I gotta say that even though they're a lot of work, it is one of the most rewarding vegetables that you can grow in your backyard. It's fun for kids, fun for adults, and again, it is a lot of work because there's a lot of maintenance, and especially if you live in areas like ours where you have a lot of things like cucumber beetles and squash beetles. But you know what? That's part of the fun and challenge, for me at least, in growing pumpkins. And especially once it comes to about September, October, and seeing all your pumpkins that you've successfully grown, it really is a great feeling. So after growing some pumpkins in our backyard here last year, we had a lot of fun and it really turned out well. And it was the first time my wife has ever grown pumpkins in her own backyard. So this year, she has agreed to give me a lot more space. So you're going to see online that some people say, yes, you have to create mounds, but other people say, no, I just grow in rows. For me, this year, I am going to create some small mounds. So what you've seen is I've turned over the grass in certain areas. I'm going to have two different mounds, and I'm going to have several different kind of pumpkins. So let's take a closer look at what I've done. Now last year, we successfully grew pumpkins without doing any mounds. However, I did have a great time fighting a lot of squash beetles. So this year, I am going to try a couple of mounds just to see if it makes any difference at all, if it makes my work a little bit easier. Now the next step for me is to actually amend this soil with some additional garden soil and compost, because our soil is not very high quality and pumpkins are very heavy feeders. So again, the first thing I'm going to do here is amend the soil and make this a little more nutrient friendly for the pumpkin plant. You can see that I have a couple different kinds of manure here and also a bag of Miracle-Gro garden soil. What I'm going to do is kind of take half of each bag and split them between the two different areas where we've turned over the garden soil. So I'm going to take a step back and start adding some amendments to this. Okay, so I finished all the work. I have amended our soil and created our mounds, and you can see that they're nothing too fancy, nothing too big. Now, some websites recommend that you create mounds about the size of a pitcher mound, and if you look at other websites, they say something as wide as 12 inches will do. So we kind of split the middle and did something right in between. The soil is going to be a lot better for pumpkin plants rather than our native soil. Again, we amended it with garden soil and compost. Next step, sowing the seeds. Alright, we will be growing 4 different kind of pumpkins this year. Yes, we are going to have a lot of fun. I have 3 different kinds here right now. All 3 are from Burpee. One is Big Max, which claims to have pumpkins that grow up to about 100 pounds. We have the popular Connecticut Field Pumpkin, and then I just picked up the First Prize Hybrid Pumpkin today, which claims to have fruits that grow up to 300 pounds. I'm going to be growing a couple of pumpkins on each mound, so as for right now, I'm going to kind of give you guys an example just with one of these seeds and how to sow them. And we're going to go with the First Prize Hybrid, since they will need the most time and the biggest plants to produce the best looking pumpkins. Alright, so with this First Prize Hybrid Pumpkin, it did come with 6 seeds. I am going to sow all 6 seeds in this one mound right here. And what I'm going to do is eventually thin them out to the strongest 2 or 3 plants. So all I'm going to do is first space out where I think I'm going to plant them, and you want to keep them about 4 inches apart according to this packet. So I'm just going to do something like this, nothing too crazy. Alright, I'm just going to drop 1 seed in each area. Okay, and these need to go about 1 inch deep. So what I'm going to do really is just take my finger, and I know that one of my knuckles is approximately 1 inch, so I'm just going about 1 inch. Drop the seed, push it in there, and just cover it up. Really easy. Nothing too fancy. And you don't have to worry about the seeds facing one particular way, up or down, because they will figure their own way out and go right side up. So there you go. All 6 seeds planted that quickly. And I'm just going to water this down, and then I'm going to keep the soil moist. And in about 7 to 14 days, we should see these plants emerge. Alright, so there you have it. It's that easy. That's right. Just make a mound, pop in a couple of seeds, and in a couple of weeks we'll see if we have some plants that come up. Now, if you want to simplify things, of course, you can go to your local nursery and buy some plants that have already been grown for you. And that'll definitely make things a little bit easier. But if you want to see how things go along, we'll check back in about 1 or 2 weeks. And be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow along. We'll follow on the progress of my plants all season long and give you pointers. So thanks again for watching, and take care, everyone.